Bonjour, Wobbly Lakey Bloke Productions bring you the latest in a range of beer reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing Sharps Brewery Wolf Rock. Yeah, exceptional red IPA. Now, I always hate it when they put words like exceptional on these beers, and great and amazing and stuff like that, because that's up for the drinker to decide, isn't it? Not the brewery. 4.8%. It's not really your bog standard IPA strength, is it? It's a little bit lighter. I'd say, you know, they're calling it an IPA because it's obviously got lots of hops in. So let's do a little bit of a readage off the back, folks. It says, the style is a red IPA, deep red in colour with an enticing aroma of ripe fruits and herbal hop notes and confectionery sweetness. The flavour runs from voluptuous to pristine bitter sweetness via fresh fruit. The finish is malty sweet, leading to a clean hop. Serve chilled, and if you want a food pairing with it, smoked fish and veg or seafood. Sounds good to me. And what other information can we get off the back of this? Inspired and named after one of Cornwall's most dangerous offshore reefs, located 7 miles off Land's End. It's a fusion of the red ale and IPA styles, combining noble and new world hops with the world's finest special malt to give a distinctive and red hue. This was purchased, folks, from Tesco's. Now, Tesco's have got a really good range of beers on at the moment. All of their beers, it seems, at the moment are in the 4 beers for £6 at the moment, which I think is pretty good. They've got some really good beers in there at the moment. And I've just been picking up beers that I haven't tried before, obviously, as alongside some of my favourites. Ghost Ship, which is a really nice beer, one of my favourites. So let's give this a go. Don't know what it's going to taste like, folks. I've just come back from the seaside. We've been down to Leigh-on-Sea today. I had a few beers down there. I thought I'd come back and continue my beerage. Getting it everywhere as usual, which is what I normally do, folks. You know me. I'll tidy that up in a minute. I'm always a little bit too overexcited on the pour. Aren't I? I get a little bit overexcited on the pour, but it's all right. Don't worry about it too much. I'll mop it up in a minute. So yeah, that's a kind of red. You call it red, but it's sort of a dark copper colour, really. Decent head on there, of course. Of course, I've given it a bit of a mad pour. So I'm going to leave that to settle, and we'll come back in a minute. So we're back, folks. I've given it, you know, maybe 2 or 3 minutes just to settle. We've got a finger's head on there or thereabouts. The smell is kind of a little bit earthy, you know. But having said that, there's not much else going on smell-wise. It's not a hit you in the face hop smash. Yeah, a little bit earthy, I would say, but other than that, not much else on the tones. It's not really giving me much on the bottle to go with, really. And I don't want to keep looking back at the bottle, because you know what happens when you look at the bottle. You get influenced by what it says on the bottle rather than what you can actually smell or taste yourself. So let's dive in. Is it red? Well, it's not really red, is it? It's like a, I don't know, sort of a dark kind of copper. Like, you know, your sort of table you would get for your lounge, like mahogany kind of sort of table that you put, you know, your feet up on, and your cup of tea and your TV mags, or your jazz mags if you like me. No, I don't do that. But yeah, I mean, it looks all right. It smells. Yeah, I'm not getting any fruitiness in the smell at all. It's just like sort of earth, yeah, sort of grassy earth kind of smell. So let's dive in, folks. It's enough of that talking about the smell. Let's have a little dive in. Now, so, okay. First of all, it's all right. It's not a bad beer. I've had worse beers than this at the pub today, so that's a good thing. Second of all, if you are an IPA fan, you would be expecting a lot more from this, I suspect. I'm not massive on hops, I'm just massive. And for me, this is absolutely fine. So that just gives you an idea that it's not too overcomplicated. So what I'm getting really is a sort of a mix and match of dry fruits, you know, like like if you were to buy some dry fruits to put into a cake. I'm getting that kind of taste from it, and there is a slight biscuity tone at the end, I think, which matches up with the kind of earthy smell that I'm getting as well from it. .8%. It doesn't taste like a very strong beer. I would say it tastes like a 4.8% beer. I'm not getting any sort of alcohol, hits of alcohol in there. But having said that, there's a little bit of sweetness at the back too, with that kind of biscuity note. So is it refreshing? Yeah, it's kind of refreshing. Bearing in mind this is straight out of the fridge, folks, so is that releasing much? Not really. Not much on the smell at all. So if you like big hoppy IPAs, you are going to be disappointed by this, I think, because as soon as you smell it, you go, there's not really much going on there, other than that sort of dry, earthy hit that you get. If I were to score it, folks, out of 10, let me have another sip, see if I can get anything else out of it. No, again, I'm getting that earthy tone with dry fruits. Not too overpowering on the dry fruits. In fact, this is quite a doled back IPA, I would say. It's not overcomplicated at all. There's not an awful lot going on, but it's an okay beer, and I have to mark it on whether I like it or not. And I don't dislike it. I was expecting more when I picked it up and read that it was going to be an exceptional red IPA. I wouldn't say it's exceptional, and I wouldn't say it's red really. Yeah, not really red, but it's not bad. If I'd have brewed that at home, I'd be very happy with it. If it was a home brew, I reckon that I could probably knock up something similar to that, not too dissimilar to that, without too much effort. So I'm going to have to mark it as a 7 out of 10, I think, folks, for the Sharps Brewery Wolf Rock, from Rock in Cornwall. Well, it's probably not made in Rock in Cornwall anymore. I saw a news item recently where a lot of their beers are now being made elsewhere, nowhere near Cornwall. And so people are kicking up a stink about that, because of course they sell these bottles with Rock Cornwall on, so as soon as you pick it up you think that it's made there, and it isn't. I don't know where this particular one is made, however I think the Doom Bar is no longer made in Cornwall, which is a little bit disappointing, of course, and they should probably take it off of the bottles. But it's not bad, folks. If you buy it in a sale, in the Tesco sale, other supermarkets are available, folks. You won't be too disappointed with it. However, you know, don't build your hopes up. This is a bog standard beer, really. Not much going on in there. I was expecting a little bit more flavour, slightly more hoppage. It's a fine beer on its own. It doesn't, to me, fall into an IPA category where, you know, the sort of slightly higher alcohol and also lots of hops in there. It doesn't really fall into that. It's more like a sort of a dark ale, really, rather than an IPA. However, it is what it is, and yeah, 7 out of 10, I think. So thanks for watching, folks, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers for now. Ta-da.